This might be, I mean, obviously this is like the most important Lions game ever in most of our lifetimes.
It is.
But I was thinking, what about Detroit sports? And I know it sounds crazy.
I know.
Because we've played for championships, like literal championships.
But seriously, it is a valid question to ask. Is this the biggest game a Detroit team has played in your lifetime? And I know there's been game sevens, then there's been game championship clinching Tiger, Piston, and Red Wing games.
This is the Lions, man.
But
I mean, the thing is, when you go back to it, the Tigers, when they went to the World Series the two times in 06 and 12, right?
Great. Awesome.
But they were smoked. Like, they weren't even competitive in the World Series.
Till we got to the World Series.
Right. But when they got to the World Series, it wasn't. I mean, the
Yeah.
playoffs were great, but the World Series, they didn't even show up. The Pistons, if you go the go into work Pistons, when they won the championship, it was a 5-game sweep, as I like to say, because they should have swept the Lakers. But they pounded them the other 4 games and the 4 wins. So it really wasn't that competitive. The Red Wings in 02, I mean, it was crazy fun, but that was such a ridiculous team that wasn't really competitive. The 08 season, that Stanley Cup run, that was different.
I guess the one question, maybe before this game is played, can you answer that you want this win more than any other you've ever experienced as a Detroit
that's
fan
the thing.
in any sport?
Because the Red Wings, that was going for cup number 4 in our lifetime, right?
Yep.
So, no, that doesn't compare. This is the most important game.
This is absolutely more than Pistons for me, Wings,
Yeah.
the Tigers.
Wings had no problem with Philadelphia in 97, no problem with Washington in 98, little problem with Carolina in 02. There wasn't like the premium. This is win or go home. This is literally a game 7. So this is like 09 in the game 7 against Pittsburgh here at Joe Louis Arena. And of course, they didn't really show up in that game either. But they'd already won Stanley Cup after Stanley Cup. This
Pistons
is trying to get to the freaking Super Bowl.
Pistons had a game 7 versus the Spurs in San Antonio
Yep,
that they
right.
lost. I mean,
But they had just won.
I just feel like I can say that for me, it is probably the most important Detroit professional sports game of my lifetime. And it's not even for a title.
well, you said it. Badgley's kick that he made,
It was the most important field goal Lions kicker ever made. And we've had great kickers that hit a lot of big kicks.
but it's true.
it's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
'cause-
those guys' legacies, unfortunately, are somewhat victim to the organization's failings.
Well, when they beat the hell out of Dallas 38-6, I mean, the one field goal they kicked, wasn't there wasn't a premium on that kick because they scored 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter. I think it was Hansen that kicked it at that point. It didn't matter. This is totally different. Yeah, that kick, that was a kick that was the difference in the game against the Rams.
All right.